It's the Evening Rancor, the daily podcast from that guy who talks about stuff, John Ford. Any links mentioned on the show are available at johnford.radio. Today, we're coming to you direct from your mom's basement. Welcome to the Evening Rancor, the John Ford podcast.
Here's your friend again.
Oh, yeah.
Time to relax and forget each care.
You gotta be kidding me.
Just settle back in your easy chair. Here is entertainment for you.
Don't stink.
You'll find it so enjoyable too. So listen to all from beginning to end, 'cause your friend
Stink, stink, stink!
John Ford
is here again.
It's time to crank up the old John Ford Evening Rancor podcast machine again after a little hiatus. I was out of town. I was not anywhere near any decent recording equipment. I didn't have a Neumann to spit into and to give you my rants and raves for the week. I mean, I try to do these once a day. It kind of ends up being once every other day, but, that's the way it is. Anyways, I was in California over the end of the week and the beginning of this weekend. Of course, that would include the weekend, too. It's just logical. A equals B equals C. Anyways, I was up in I guess it's Northern California, and the Petaluma, Santa Rosa area. And the weather was great. A little chilly at night, but very nice. Went to Bodega Bay. I've been there before, but I went there again. Ate a lot of fried stuff at the boathouse. I don't know if you've ever been to the boathouse in Bodega Bay. Beautiful area. Last time I was there, though, it was really cold, but this time the weather was great. But enough of that. However, the highlight of my trip to California was my first visit to a legal pot shop. Back years and years and years ago, when I was just a young man, a teenager in the late 60s and the early 70s, more early 70s, but I forget when I first started smoking weed. Teens. Yeah, so probably, 70s, early 70s. We used to think, I always remember there was a National Lampoon magazine that came out that was like the drug issue or the pot issue. I used to have that somewhere. Lost them along the way. That and my Super Bowl II Jets and Colts pennant. And a couple of those things I wish I still had, But I did attend that Jets and Colts game, by the way, at the Orange Bowl. I was a Colts fan. Loved Johnny Unitas. Was really depressed. But, I did get to see history. Anyways, the National Lampoon drug issue, it had this thing where you could it gave you things you could cut out and then wrap around your cigarette package, like Bird of Paradise brand refrets. They envisioned what the world would be like once marijuana was legalized. Now, of course, it's still not legalized everywhere. Canada, it's legal. California, it's legal. Colorado, and other places, too. God bless Canada. So anyways, I went into my first pot shop. It was kind of an interesting experience. They want to get all this information from you and scan your driver's license, which I thought was kind of Orwellian, kind of odd. I mean, if it's legal, why do you have to do that? I can see seeing your driver's license to make sure you're over 21. But why do they have to? And I even asked, I said, well, why do you need all that? She said, well, it's part of the compliance with the California state law. And I had no idea what the law is and whether that's true or not. She said, but it's all internal. Nobody else sees it. So, and I'm thinking, well, wait a second. If it's all internal, how is it part of California state law? If it's part of the law, doesn't the state have to see it? So I got a feeling that she was maybe fibbing me a little bit anyways. And I got my senior discount. Man, what a world. Senior discount on the weed. Didn't actually buy weed. I bought some edible stuff, some gummies, and some oils to put in my vaporizer. And I've tried them. Not that long ago. Uh-huh. It was kind of an interesting experience, and I got them back here to Texas without any problem. Oh, no, wait a second. No, I didn't get them back here to Texas. I used it all there. I was just kidding. Just a moment ago. But it was interesting, I can remember thinking, one day we would go into the 7-Eleven, the Get and Split, man, and buy yourself a pack of Bird of Paradise brand referettes. Little did I know that you'd have to hand over your license and give them all this information and stuff. We didn't think of it that it would turn out. Who would have thought it would have taken this long from the 70s, say 1970 till today? I mean, 50 freaking years? We figured all the potheads would be in office by now. I bet there's people here in Texas that are going to vote for Beto just because he wants to legalize the weed. With so many libertarians in Austin and in Texas in general, of course a lot of Republicans too, and a lot of those wacky liberals, I'm surprised that we haven't, because Texas, look, man, Texas gets, I'm in Austin. Texas gets a bad rap. All the people that talk like you'll read online about stupid Texans and idiot Texans and blah, blah, man, this is a great place to live. I don't care what you say. The people in California that make fun of Texas are the ones that have never been here. I mean, it may seem odd to them that you can own as many guns as you want, but, you can't buy yourself a pack of Bird of Paradise brand reeferettes. That's just the way it is for now. But the change is coming everywhere. I'll probably be dead by the time they legalize the weed here. But I hope not.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
It is kind of interesting that Texas is a state that's, so libertarian in some ways. Like, for example, between two people, you can privately buy or sell a firearm with practically no government intervention whatsoever. I mean, you're supposed to fill out some basic paperwork, but a lot of people just don't do it. You want to buy a firearm from somebody, you just give them the money. Hey, I'll meet you at the 7-Eleven parking lot. You give them the money, they give you the firearm, and away you go. And that's perfectly legal here in Texas. But the concept of buying a bag of weed is not legal. So it's kind of strange that you have a state that is so very libertarian in one sense with firearms, but not libertarian in the other sense when it comes to how you want to ingest certain substances into your body. Personally, I blame it all on the whole Reagan and then Bush era, the Republicans relying so much on the Christian right. I think that kind of led to these odd sort of paywalls of libertarian rights, that this one's okay, but this one's not okay. And it seems about the only way that you're going to get it legalized anytime soon here in Texas would be possibly to vote for this Beto O'Rourke character, which I just can't bring myself to do because, he's not very libertarian on most issues. He's for draconian gun control and other things that just make the libertarian in me not very happy. Besides, the people that are like really into him, it's like they're a cult, man. It's like every time I see his face and these people with the yard signs, which are everywhere over Austin, it's like they want me to join their cult. And, in the words of Groucho Marx, I wouldn't belong to any group or organization that would have me as a member. I don't want to join your little Beto cult. And then you go to his website to try to figure out his platform, and it's all just the first thing you hit, give me money. Why would I want to give you? You probably got enough money. I don't need to give you my money. I don't have that much money. Get your own damn money. Make your own damn money and run for office. Beto O'Rourke has spent more than $6 million in 6 months. And I forget the actual figure. Let me Google this real quick. How much money has he raised? Beto money raised. This is scary, man. Raised twice as much cash as Ted Cruz. Twice as much cash as Ted Cruz. Still doesn't tell me how much. $870 trillion. No, $70 million. Ranked upwards in $70 million. $70 million. If he doesn't win, $70 million to not win? To join your silly little cult with all these little Beto signs? And all these hairy-legged women all over Austin that jump up and down and want me to vote for Beto? Sorry, dude. I ain't doing it.
Girls!
What?
Would anyone like to sit on Daddy's lap?
No.
There's money involved.
Okay.
I'm the happiest guy,
He's the luckiest guy.
'cause I just bought a new Ford.
From a wonderful dealer.
Wow, what a dealer!
For a Ford or a fine used car.
This program is for real educational purposes only. Resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is probably intentional. Contents under pressure, use only as directed. Some assembly required. Void where inhibited. Batteries not included, use only as directed. If confusion persists, consult your physician. Driver does not carry cash. This disclaimer is subject to change without notice.
JohnFord.radio